everybody, it's Jenny and welcome to my 40-week update. So yeah, if you haven't guessed it by now, I'm still pregnant and I have passed my due date and I'm now in my 40th week of pregnancy. So yeah, today is my 40 plus 5 day, my 40 weeks and 5 days bump date, because tomorrow I'm going to be going to the doctor if I don't have a baby yet, and so I don't know what's going to happen from that point on. So here we are. I told you guys I'd bring you a 40 week, and here we are. I knew it. I just somehow knew that this guy was not going to come out by my due date. I've been saying it for a long time, and I am correct. Not surprisingly. Mother's intuition. So yes, little guy is still in here, but he's doing fabulously, and so am I. I am still comfortable and in a good spirit, even though I'm overdue, because you know what? 5 days overdue is not that big of a deal. I know it may feel like it when you've been pregnant for a long time, and especially because you're so excited to meet your child, but it's really not that uncommon for people, women, just women, to be pregnant past their due date. In fact, it's extremely common for women to be pregnant even through the 41st or 42nd week of pregnancy. So, am I concerned that baby hasn't come out yet? No, I'm not concerned. I'm fine being patient and waiting until he's ready to be here. And so that is hopefully what we are going to do. Just continue to wait. Although I will say it's just the anticipation at this point of when it's going to happen that is the most annoying thing. I don't mind still being pregnant. I'm not terribly uncomfortable or anything like that. It's just, you really just want to know when it's going to happen. And it's just so crazy, this entire process and this time in your life, because it is one of those things where you have no control over it for the most part, and so it is just a big mystery, which is challenging but also really just exciting. So I'm still enjoying it. This morning I woke up with a contraction and some cramping in my stomach, and I woke up and I was like, oh, is this it? Is this it? Is it starting? And then no, there's nothing happening after that. So no, it was not. But still, it's kind of exciting not knowing that at any moment you could start having contractions or your water could break or who knows what. So that part is kind of exciting, even though day by day that goes by when you don't have the kid, you're kind of like, meh, I wish I could just have him now, because I just want him, but it's okay. You have to be okay with waiting. It's one of the things you signed up for. So I know there are women who go into their 42nd, 43rd, maybe even 44th week before their kid comes out. And it really is up to them and the medical industry, really, at this point. So what's going to happen now is that I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow for my 41st week checkup. She's going to see how dilated I am, if I'm progressing at all. And I'm also going to have a non-stress test and an ultrasound done on the baby to make sure that he is doing okay in there, to see if I am actually contracting and how he's handling those, if I am. Because I am having a lot of strong Braxton Hicks the last couple of days. My dog keeps sneezing. So I don't know. Obviously, you read a lot about how different real contractions are from Braxton Hicks contractions, but I've also read from a lot of women that they just kind of started having strong Braxton Hicks and they didn't realize that it was actually early labor because it didn't really hurt, but then all of a sudden they were timeable, and before they knew it, they were in labor. So who knows, maybe some of my strong Braxton Hicks this week have actually been real contractions that have been progressing me. And so it'll be very interesting during the non-stress test tomorrow to find out if that's been going on and to see if I am any further progressed than I was last week. So My husband is going to come with me tomorrow, and we're going to actually pack up our hospital bags and all of that with us just in case we get there, and they're going to check his fluid levels at the ultrasound, and whether, you know, after all of that and the non-stress test, there is always a chance that my doctor may say, hey, guess what, you're staying here and being admitted and we're inducing you, or whatever, depending on how it goes tomorrow. Low fluid levels is something that she would most likely induce for. So that is a possibility if it appears that he has low fluid. So now my feelings on induction at this point are, I am against induction for anything other than a real medical necessity. So if it were left up to me, and we'll see, I'll have to negotiate with my doctor tomorrow depending on what she thinks, but I would like to just go until I go into labor naturally. I really want to go into labor naturally. It's the best thing for your body, for your labor process, for your kid, and so I'm totally fine with that. Obviously, if there is a real medical problem, then yes, induction is necessary, and I understand that. So hopefully we won't have anything too bad going on tomorrow where my doctor will think induction is a good choice at this point. And I would hope, after discussing it with her, that she's not one of those types who would be like, well, you know, you're 6 days past due, time to induce, just because of that, because I don't feel like that's a good enough reason. So we'll have to see how it goes. She's really cool and reasonable, and she's on the same page as me as far as my birth plan goes. So I'm really hoping that she will be not very pushy as far as wanting to induce me just because I'm late. As far as other induction methods, at this point, I would rather just wait and not do anything really special as far as trying to induce myself. But the last 2 days, 3 days, I have actually been doing a couple things just because I do want to avoid a medical induction if possible. So I thought, you know, a lot of this stuff only works if your body is ready to go into labor anyway. So why not give it a try? That way I could still go into labor. I wouldn't have to go do this test tomorrow. I wouldn't have to talk about induction, blah, blah, blah. So I've been eating pineapple and spicy food, and I've been taking evening primrose oil and continue to drink my red raspberry leaf tea. I've been walking and walking and walking, and I'll probably go out for some more walking after I film this. And what else have I been doing? This morning and last night I did clary sage on my belly. Clary sage oil is very strong, so don't use it unless you are past full term, ladies. But it is an essential oil that should bring on contractions if you're ready for it. I've been doing pressure points, and that's about it. So I've gotten a couple contractions the last 3 days, but really nothing much else. So I don't think those natural induction methods are really going to help me terribly. And like I said, they're really only going to work if you're ready to go into labor anyway. So obviously I'm not. Or else I would hope that at least one of those things would have actually worked. So that's where we are. Progress-wise, I don't know. I was only 1 centimeter dilated last week, so we'll see if I am any more dilated this week. And I haven't lost my mucus plug that I know of. And besides a couple contractions and some cramping here and there, I really don't feel like I am any closer to giving birth. Perhaps a little bit lower. I think you may see my belly looks a little bit lower. And maybe a little bit more engaged, because I have been doing tons of exercise ball rolling and bouncing and walking, like I said, and some yoga exercises to try and help him engage in my pelvis. Yesterday I danced for like 5 minutes straight to a song, to a pentatonic song. And so I don't know, I think some of that has helped him get lower and drop a little bit, but like I said, otherwise I don't feel like I'm about to give birth. I don't feel like I'm about to go into labor at any moment. So we'll have to see. But you never know what's going to happen. My water could break, or I could just go into it at any moment. So I will be on the lookout for that, and I'm hoping that it happens soon just because I want to meet my boy, and I want my husband to be able to stop worrying about when I'm going to go into labor, and I want to avoid any type of medical induction or pressure from my doctor about it. So that all boils down to basically, kid, it's time to come out. I'm okay with it, so any day now. And that's about it for 40 weeks, at least the first 5 days of my 40 week. Everything else in my life has been fine. I've been taking it really easy. I've just been relaxing. My dogs have been super clingy, so we've just been hanging out together. I've been trying not to lounge on the couch too much because I want to keep forward so that the baby stays in a good position. So I spent a lot of time on my exercise ball and on the floor and just standing, walking, and doing all of that. So yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. I really haven't done much. I watched Harry Potter all day yesterday and it was fantastic. So there. So that's it. As far as from here on, I will try and update you guys if I go into labor, just so you know that that's happening. And hopefully I won't be back next week with a 41-week update, but you never know. So you'll have to just wait and see if that happens or not. And for anyone who's wondering whether I will be vlogging the birth, I'm gonna bring my camera and I'm gonna try and film the birth, but I do not know how much or if any of that footage will be given to you guys. It's something I will have to decide after the fact when I see it and see how I feel about how birth went and all of that. So yeah. But anyway, either way, I will let you know hopefully if I'm in labor, and then afterwards I will introduce you to this little guy when he gets here. So thank you so much for watching these bump dates, and we'll see if I see you next week or not. Well, I will see you, but whether I'm pregnant or not, that is the question. That is the question. So I hope all of you take care, mommies and babies, and everyone else who's watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and we will keep you guys updated with how this week goes. Cross your fingers for me and send me good vibes, because I think I might be meeting my baby this week. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Also, I just wanted to point out that I kind of look like Ariel today, and that's why I had my little whale friend with me in the beginning. This is a little lovey that I bought for baby, and I thought it was adorable, and it matches the colors that I picked out for the nursery. And so I got him, and now he's my little under the sea